Welcome to Season 2 of the Fit to Love podcast show. Welcome to Fit to Love, Movement Mondays, all about exercise, all about movement, all about you. Enjoy the show. Today's show brought to you by Fit to Love, how to get physically, emotionally, and spiritually fit to attract the love of your life. Visit fittolove.tv/ebook to download your copy today. Today's show, a wall sit. Let's talk about wall sits. Wall sits are one of those exercises that if you're outside or you're on the go, as long as you have a wall, you can do it, right? And most people think it's a really great exercise. It's not a bad exercise, but there are some issues with it, especially if you have knee problems. So let's just talk about the wall sit. Why to do it? It works your quadriceps, and it's an isometric working of your quadriceps, sort of like a squat. Why do you not want to do it? If you have knee problems, and here's the reason why. So I want you to imagine force like a line, right? So gravity, you understand gravity is like a straight line like this. So when I go up against the wall and I sit down on the wall, I've got two kinds of forces happening. I've got gravity, which is pushing me down. And then because I have to secure myself against the wall, my hips are pushing into the wall, which simultaneously means that if it's going, I have a force going this way, horizontally. And if it's going back, it's also going forward, which means that my knees are trying to hold me together. They're actually like my brakes on my car right now, really holding me together. And you can go down a little further and maybe direct some of the resistance into your hips a little bit more. But really, your knees are what's holding you up. So this is a really hard exercise for your knees, as well as your quadriceps. So while it's a good exercise to do for isometrically for your quadriceps, there's a better way to make it even better for your body and not necessarily challenge your ability to hold yourself together at your knee joint. And that's by using a ball. So I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna use the ball. And again, we wanna make sure the ball is, we're gonna put ourselves on the ball in the same direction that the lines are. So I'm going to put the ball against the wall, I'm going to find that middle line, and I'm going to put my back up against it. And now this way, I'm going to walk my feet out forward. Depending on your structure, will determine how much of your butt goes behind the ball, how much of your butt goes straight. If you have back problems or knee problems, you can adjust this to absorb the force in the best places for you and not necessarily let your joints do it. So I'm going to sit straight down like in a wall sit. And now what happens is that pressure is relieved. I'm no longer pushing into the wall. It's decreased by a little bit. There's still a little bit of resistance there, but not the same amount because I can swing my hips back and I can distribute that force a little bit more evenly into my hips and to my knees. So if you have knee problems, I would use a ball on the wall and do the same kind of isometric squat. If you don't have knee problems and you don't feel anything in your knee, it doesn't mean we're not degenerating your joint. It just means you don't feel it yet. So try both. This is just as hard as a regular wall sit, and you can change it up. You can actually stand straight up and stick your butt a little further away from the wall, taking all of the pressure out of the knees. So now all the pressure's here in my glutes and in my hips. If you have a lower back tightness, you might feel that a little bit here too, but otherwise there is zero in my knees. All of it is in my quads, and the resistance is being also distributed into my hips. So try the wall for your next wall sit. Try the ball for your next wall sit, and let me know how it goes. The Fit to Love podcast show offers you 6 days a week of helpful content to achieve the happy life you deserve. Movement Mondays and Tasty Tuesdays are weekly video casts, while Wellness Wednesdays, Thoughtful Thursdays, Freedom Fridays, and Sexy Saturdays are audio-only shows themed every week to address your holistic life and needs. If the show inspired you, we would love for you to share it and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us today. Head on over to fittolove.tv for recaps of every show, resources, and to join the community. That's FIT2LOVE.tv. Have a fit and fabulous day.